One of the questions I've been getting, especially at the last conference I was at, was, is the bull market peaking? Stocks are getting kind of top heavy here. They're really running hot. Does that mean we're near the end? So let's talk about that. Okay, so this is why I'm still overweight stocks. I believe we're still in the early innings. Here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what big investors on our industry have been doing recently. We're going to look at gold stocks versus other asset classes. We're going to look at bull market gains now versus others, and it's a chart I guarantee you haven't seen elsewhere. I'm excited to show it to you. We're going to look at corrections because this isn't going to go without a correction, right? And all 5 companies, I'm going to talk about the 3 types of mining stocks that are getting rewarded right now. For those of you who were here yesterday, you saw part of that, but I want to emphasize it because all 5 of these companies meet that criteria as well. All right, first, big investors are going big. We're seeing a very big jump in not just the number of financings, but how much money is coming into each financings. And it's really remarkable. Now, you may not be able to see it, but if you squint there in the middle, you see the blue. $2.54 billion was raised in the last 30-day cycle. In our tiny little sector, investors are indeed going big by investing that much money, $2.5 billion. So let's follow what they do, right? Okay, is the bull market over? Well, this is the HUI, the gold mining index, and its ratio to the gold price. You can see the high there. You can see where the low was. There's our current ratio. And look at the little blip there on the right. Gold mining stocks actually outperforming gold. But in the big picture, obviously, they have a long way to go. Here's the same chart with GDX, its ratio to gold. You can see where the high was. You can see the low. Again, you can see the current ratio there on the right. And you can see gold stocks, a little blip there, have outperformed gold. Oh my goodness, how exciting. And yet look where it was back in 2006, back in 2011, much, much higher. One more like this. This is from Tavi Costa at Crescat Capital. This is another mining index, the Philadelphia Stock Exchange, and its ratio to gold. And you can see he's drawing a technical line here, and gold stocks have just now broken out relative to the gold price. So you can see, again, where it was in 2006 and 2011, much, much higher. So the bottom line is that relative to the gold price, the gold mining stocks are just now breaking out, and they have a long way to go to match what they've done in the past. All right, this is the chart I wanted to show you. Our current bull run is the small little bar there on the left. The next green bar is the gold mania, 79 to 80. The next one, the big one, is the Hemlow rally. There was a bunch of discoveries around that area at the time. The next green bar, the mid-90s bull market. The next one, the silent bull market, I called it, from 2001 to 2008. You can see there 15x and the big rebound after the financial crisis and the crash then. And then I added 2 other small bars there to the right. I added them because they were very big gains in a very short period of time. So you can see in 2016, that was a 7-month spike. But gold stocks, on average, rose 321% in 7 months. And then the last one there is the COVID rebound. If you bought at the bottom of the COVID crash, you were up almost 400% roughly by September of that year. So you can see these are 10, 20x, 30x, 40 versus our current bull run of 154%. So relative to history, gold mining stocks as a group have not moved anywhere near what they've done in the past. Now, there's no guarantee they're going to do that, but relative to history, you can see they have really potentially a long way to go. All right, but all that said, we have to acknowledge the fact that we could be looking at a correction here at some point. We're not going to go through this and it's going to be parabolic every day or every week, okay? These are all the corrections that were in the bull market from 2001 to 2011, all the ones over 6%. There were 20 of them in 11, or actually it was 10 and a half years. That's 2 a year over 6%. You can see the average there on the far right. If you take out the 2008 crash, the financial crisis, the average was still 11%. Even during the mania, 1979, the only true mania we've had in gold and gold stocks during that period, even it had big corrections. These are all the corrections it had over 6%, and that was roughly about a 13-month period of time. And there was a correction over 6% every other month during a mania. You can see the average there on the far right. So we have to reasonably expect a correction. And here's ours so far. Here's all the corrections gold has had since the bull market started, in my opinion, which was leap year day last year. And you can see the biggest one is 7%, 7.6%. There were only two over 6% so far. So let's compare all these, all right? So the first red bar there on the left is, let's see, that's the mania in 1979 to 1980. That's the average. The next red bar is 2001 to 2011. There's that average, 11%. All the other bars are our current corrections. That's it. None have even matched what the average was in the past. So my point is that don't be shocked to see a significant correction of 10, 12%. And if we have a correction of 10 to 12%, does that mean the bull market's over? No. Okay, I talked about this yesterday, but I want to go through it again because I think it's an important point. It's a sort of a discovery I made. These are stocks that are in my mining portfolio right now, and these are their gains or losses. So you can see there's a bunch there in red. I'm going to leave the names off, but there's a bunch in red that just have not moved at all, right? They can't get off the floor. And yet, I, like probably many of you, have many stocks that are jumping, that are running hot, okay? There's the gains of some of the stocks in my portfolio. Okay, so what's going on? Why the bifurcation? Why the dichotomy? Why are some stocks doing nothing and other stocks are running really hot? I looked at the ones that are running hot, all the ones in green, and there's many more, by the way. The chart didn't have room for all of them. But I looked at those stocks and said, why are these moving and the others aren't? And I found that there were three types of stocks that are doing very well right now. What are they? If you were here yesterday, the first one is discovery. If a company makes a discovery, like all of these will, right? Right? Yeah, okay. If your company makes a discovery, your stock is going to do well. The first two there in the orange are copper discoveries. The next five are gold. The next four are silver. These are all in our portfolio. If a company makes a discovery, you can expect that stock to do very well. You can see what the minimum there was 121%. So, and some of them went, you have what, three that went over 5x, just based on making a discovery. You make a discovery, your stock is going to do well. Number two is a new producer. These are the stocks. The green is measuring 1 year before production started to present. The gold is they've declared a construction decision. They're building a mine, and that's their gain through present. Actually, Erdene there in gold, that should be green. They just poured first gold here about a week ago. So, but anyway, you can see what happens to a company and their stock when they begin new production. Now, I'm not talking about, the big producers adding a new mine or increasing production. I'm talking about a brand new producer. A single asset company that is putting this into production. It's exciting when a new producer comes online, and the stock reflects that. Okay, what's the third type? What's the third type of mining stock that's getting rewarded right now? Anybody remember from yesterday? What is it? It is new names, new companies that are just coming out and starting their exploration program or whatever the case might be. Rob McEwen, David Garofalo, mining magnates in our industry, both of them said the smaller, newer names offer the highest potential returns. Now, it doesn't mean we pick just any new name, right? You still have to apply your criteria to make sure it's going to be a strong company. But if you can find that and they're new, there could be some excitement around that. So I think we should, as investors, devote a portion of our portfolio to new names. And all companies on my panel today fall within one of these three types of mining stocks. Okay, how many of you, be honest, heard of Stallion Uranium before I wrote it up? Before I wrote it up, how many of you heard of this company? Okay, I see a few hands, not very many. I love it. Nobody knows about it yet. It's great. Vizsla Copper, building on a discovery. Homeland Uranium, building on a discovery, also a new name. How many of you, be honest, before I wrote it up, heard of Pacifica Silver? How many of you knew of Pacifica Silver before I wrote it up? There you go. Love it. Golden Cross, new name, combination of that and looking for a discovery. So all of our companies, all of my companies meet this criteria. That's why they were invited. That's why I'm excited about them. That's why I own them. If you're not striking Paydirt in this bull market, we can help with that. We have free letters. We have paid letters. That's the book on the right. But just a public service announcement, we are raising prices. So if you want to join Paydirt Prospector or Silver Stock Advisor or the bundle package, which you can get both at a discount, I would encourage you to do that now and lock in that price now, because we are raising prices next month, and it won't be 5%. It's going to be a meaningful raise. But if you join us now, you'll be locked in at that price for the duration of your subscription. So Jen, where are you? Wave your hand, Jen. Where is she? Oh, there she is in the back. She'll be at our booth. She can sign you up if you want. Again, not pressuring anybody, but we're making money. This is an over-the-shoulder look at the stocks that I and Peter are personally invested in, and the rest of our staff. So you can join us and have a lot of stocks that are like those green bars that I showed. So, okay, so thank you, everyone. I hope that was useful.